What's up, manga fans? This is Raphael from Manga, and welcome back to another review of Bleach. This week's chapter 600, Snipe. So first off, I'd like to thank Rivik78, forgive me if I pronounced that wrong, for letting me know that this chapter isn't actually the 600th chapter. It's really like 613 or more so, and that's because Kubo made 600 chapters a few weeks back. I didn't realise that the Turn Back the Pendulum arc and the Bleach Beat special didn't actually count towards the main count, but obviously they count towards the amount of chapters he made. So he was awarded a con statue, which was really cool. You can check that out on the link Rivik78 gave me. And so yeah, there's not going to be anything special today for 600th chapter because it's not 600. But the chapter itself was good. It was fairly short, but personally I would rename the chapter Troll, because the Zero Squad were trolling completely. I mean, it was like they were more doing comedy and antics rather than fighting, but it was really badass what they were doing. From the start I was kind of actually a bit skeptical, thinking, is Sutara actually dead? Because when her body crumbled to the ground, you know, large amount of blood is pooling around from where the wound to their head was. I just thought, oh my god, she actually might be dead. And then we have Gerard raging, saying that you've left that Lily left a mess in front of, you know, the where Hogwash was gonna walk. So they told what was it, Perinda, I think it's his name, to clean it up, and it was disgusting. It was probably more disgusting than what we saw last time when that soldier was all bent up. It's like he rolled Sutara's body into a ball. It was all cracking and everything, and I can imagine what that must look like when it's animated. It was cool though, at the same time. It was kind of cool to see that, but nasty if you like the character. And so yeah, Lily was your Barrow. I'm gonna call him Barrow because it's kind of weird calling him Lily. Barrow was gloating, saying, "Has there ever been anyone we haven't killed in one hit?" And then he starts firing off to all the Zero Division separate cities, and they all crumble. And then he's like, "Look, we've cleared the path. You can go, my Majesty." And then this is when I was grinning, because we see the backgrounds all distorting. We see these elaborate kind of cloths being removed, and Sutara appears and she's alive, and he's like, yeah, this is just a fake soul palace that we created to welcome you. It's like the real soul palace is over there. Ichiban created a fake one. Hid the real one. So we see a seal come up, and Ichiban sitting there laughing with his cheeky face, saying, "Oh, you revealed it already." And it's like, oh, that means the cage has arrived. And just before Barrow was able to fire his sniper at Ichiban, a massive root came up and blocked it, and we can see Hikafune's arrived, and she's fat again. And basically she's created this cage which is made of like a tree, but it's obviously, as I said, a cage tree kind of thing, and it absorbs Ryatsu. And no matter what Barrow did, like he tried firing several shots like into one place to try and pierce it, or even try to fire through the gaps between the roots, branches will come out and absorb it, because this tree is being made to absorb Ryatsu. So even if it's fired off away from it, the branch is gonna shoot out and absorb it. So she's like, you can try as much as you want, you're not gonna be able to escape. And your Ryatsu gun is like basically a tasty treat for the cage to devour on. So that was good. And then the last part, I'd have to say, is probably the most badass part, is when Nimai appeared, and he's come down singing as he typically does. He's got a katana behind him. It was like in a backpack container, and it looked like it was cooling down in the water, similar to how we saw him forging, you know, Ichigo's Zanpakuto way back. And he's singing, "I'm the #1 Zanpakuto creator." And it seems like he was counting down as the cooling process was finishing, and just as he finished, he pulls it out, like shouting his name, and the katana obviously looks like it's cooled down, and he says, "Slow fries can't pass." It's like, shut up and come at me all together, bros. Basically the fight of the Zero Division starts here. So that was cool, and I can't wait to see what happens next. The only thing I said, chapter was damn short, but it explained everything for me in terms of, you know, as I said last week, I'm going to reserve my judgment before I believe Sutara's dead. I thought, no way a Zero Squad, Zero Division member is going to go down in one hit. And I was complaining before, where was the rest of the Zero Squad? They finally arrived now, but one's still missing. Like, seriously, where is Korinji gone? Is he just chilling off somewhere, or is he trying to attack Juha again? Because he hasn't been shown since I think it was early few pages of last week's chapter. So yeah, I hope he arrives, because then we can have the entire Zero Division face off against these elite guards. And obviously things look like, you know, the tables have turned. Nothing's ever easy in Bleach. This could even just be an elaborate scheme we were talking about here on the channel, where we had a theory that this is just a distraction so Juha can, you know, get past and get to the Soul King, because really and truly that's only his goal. If you as far as we're concerned or being told, he just wants to get to the Soul King. So whether he has to fight people or avoid them, I guess he'll do that. So we'll see what happens. But as I said, chapter was enjoyable. You know, seeing that gruesome stuff, the trolling, all these new techniques, the powers, like seeing more of the Zero Division's power was fun to see. I just wished it was a bit longer, but whatever. And I do like the bad guys, especially this Barrow and Gerard. They're quite funny and powerful. We haven't seen Askin Lavar do much yet, so we'll have to see what his death ability is. And hopefully probably won't happen next week. We might continue here, but Kubo might change the scene. It might go back to the Soul Society fight, so it might go back to Ichigo's group. And remember, we're still kind of waiting for Grimjaw, if that was him that we saw way back in Wakemundo like a year ago. So, you know, there's still several places he could go if he doesn't decide to stick here, but we'll see what happens next week. So as I said, yeah, enjoyable chapter. Glad Sutara's alive. Glad the Zero Division have all arrived now, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see how they're gonna deal with things if we see them in the next chapter. So yeah, that's it from me. You guys know the usual. If you enjoyed this chapter and you like to voice your opinions, leave them in the comment box below. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, check out our channel for more content similar to this, and I'll speak to you guys next week.